Well, from the junior heavyweights to the super middleweights, our next fight tonight, it's going to be a good one. Dmitry Tyukalov versus Hitoshi Ogasawara of Japan. And here comes Dmitry Tyukalov of Russia. He's undefeated, 11-0, 8 knockouts. Dmitry, the current Intercontinental super middleweight champion. Here's a guy whose demeanor I have never seen change. I saw him eating lunch this afternoon, and he looked the same way.
Hey, I'll tell you what, he does great in Vegas at that blackjack table.
I'm telling you.
He shows no emotion, nothing. Whether he comes in, he takes care of his opponents, and he walks out the same way. And one thing for sure, he never messes up his hair. There we got his record, 11 wins, no losses, with 8 KOs. He's a tremendous counterpuncher, weighing in 165 pounds, all the way from Russia.
And tonight, his opponent from Japan, with a record of 9 wins and 1 loss, 7 of those 9 wins via knockout. Our first look, fighting DRAKA, Hitoshi Ogasawara. Ogasawara of Japan.
Well, he took a long flight to get here, as did Dmitry Tyukalov. I'm sure he comes, he wants to represent his country well. We know that the Japanese take a lot of pride in their fighters, and he's here with his promoter, wanting to show well tonight with DRAKA.
You know, last March, Blinky, when we did the show, a lot of Japanese fighters and their handlers were here in the United States. They were at the Great Western Forum just observing what DRAKA was all about. It's no surprise that the Japanese want to get into this DRAKA-style fighting.
Exactly, Phil. You know, it's an innovative sport. It's a sport that's really on the rise. It's gaining in popularity, as we can see here with the house tonight. Hitoshi Ogasawara's record, 9 wins, 1 loss. We've got 7 KOs, weighing in at 164 pounds, and once again, all the way from the wonderful country of Japan.
Ogasawara is the shoot fighting champion of Japan, and what shoot fighting is, it's exactly the same as DRAKA, but you can use your knees. It's called shoot fighting. It's a 3-round arrangement over in Japan. Shoot fighting is 3-round. Round 1 is 5 minutes. Round 2 is 4 minutes. And round 3 is 3 minutes. It's called shoot fighting, and Ogasawara is the champion in Japan. So we're going to see a very accomplished fighter, much along the lines of Malik Borbasha. Let's go to the center of the ring now, and Steve Fossum. Steve?
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout will be for the worldwide DRAKA World Super Middleweight title. Weighing in at 164 pounds with a record of 9 wins, 1 loss, no draws with 7 knockouts. From Japan, in the red corner, Hitoshi Ogasawara. And weighing in at 165 pounds with a record of 11 wins, no losses, no draws, 8 wins by knockout. He is the Russian kickboxing champion. He is the current DRAKA Intercontinental champion. He is from Russia. In the blue corner, Dmitry Jaguar Tyukalov.
You know, Tyukalov was ahead of me last March in the reception after the fights.
Mr. Marcos Rosales.
And he was right ahead of me in the food line, and he was kind of loading up his plate with some chicken wings and some cheesecake. I think there were some carrots on his plate, and I tapped him on the shoulder and I said, "Great fight," not realizing he didn't speak English, and he turned around and had the exact same expression when he looked at me as he has right now. I backed up 3 people in line.
I bet you did, Bill. He does got that look in and out of the ring. He's a fighter at heart. There's almost, I guess we'd call him a no-nonsense kind of guy, huh?
No nonsense and no fun. Of course, well, I'm not going to tell him that. You tell him. It's going to be interesting
to see who he gets married to.
Ogasawara in the black with red trim. Tyukalov in the green.
Ogasawara has a set of trunks on his legs. Don't look at the calves on that young fighter from Japan. Right away, he's bringing it to Dmitry.
But in Japan, when they fight DRAKA, as I said a moment ago, it's called shoot fighting. You can use the knees. Everything else is consistent. Grappling, throwing, punching, legs, feet.
Right leg there traded for a right hand. Attempted jab combination, actually. Ooh, big right hand there. Good right hand by Dmitry Tyukalov. We've seen him land it before. He's very accurate puncher, Phil. In the green shorts, Dmitry. There's the left hook, right cross left leg by Tyukalov.
Ogasawara ate a right hand, and that's going to be at least a 2-point award to Tyukalov. 2 points, says Marcos Rosales.
Ogasawara is going to have to be careful backing out in a straight line because of that counter right hand by Tyukalov, Phil. There it is again. He dropped it. He threw the hook, missed, moved over, and dropped the right hand on him.
Well, we have seen Tyukalov 3 times fighting DRAKA here in the United States.
There's
and down goes Ogasawara. Had his leg and then swept his back leg out from under him. Beautiful move. 3-point takedown. Tyukalov spent the first round, really, Blinky, just measuring Ogasawara. And you've got to believe he's got the measurements down pretty darn good.
Yes, he does, Phil. He's just the type of fighter that has the ability, talking about Tyukalov, to pull out and counter. He doesn't pull too far out so that he doesn't got the leverage on the shot. And we've seen that with the big right hand earlier in the first knockdown. There's that right hand that caused that knockdown there. And he just moves out just enough to come back with that right hand. He keeps good distance and good leverage on it. And that's where that man right there, Ogasawara, has to be careful. He doesn't pull out in a straight line all the time because he'll always be positioned for that counter right hand of Tyukalov.
Well, if Ogasawara continues to back straight out, it's going to be a very, very short night. He's already bleeding from the nose. Tyukalov out for round 2.
I'm sure the corner of Ogasawara told him he's got to come out and get busy. He can't just walk in and try to throw one shot and pull out because of that right hand there of Tyukalov. Double jab right across that time.
But Tyukalov, deceptively quick.
Yes, not just with his hands, Phil, but with his legs. He positioned himself well as he's pulling out. Exchange of right hands there by both fighters, neither one connecting. But getting back to the legs of Tyukalov, he's got quick feet. He gives you angles. He uses the ring very well. And it is a big ring, 24 by 24. Looks like there's some type of cut, a high on the top of the head of Tyukalov. On the right,
I'm just noticing that too, right at the hairline.
Yes, right at the hairline.
I'm not sure whether it's a cut or whether it's blood from Ogasawara's nose as he spins Ogasawara down.
Good hip throw by Tyukalov, taking Ogasawara right to the canvas. The corner of Ogasawara asking him to pop that jab. I don't know if it's a good idea because of the counter right hand by Tyukalov. There it is, right over the jab. He tried to land that big right hand.
Overhand right lands on the nose of Ogasawara. He has eaten everything Tyukalov has, and he's down.
And that was with a left hook. He put 3 punches together, Phil. Jab, right, cross, left hook. And I wouldn't have doubted if there's a lot of boxing boxing trainers that were saying, God, let me get this guy into boxing with the hands that Tyukalov has. Wait.
Final seconds of this second round. Again, overhand right, follows it with the left and loads up again. Tyukalov is on the move. Ogasawara's jab is absolutely ineffective. Put it away and don't take it out again. Because Tyukalov is just countering over the top with devastating rights. A huge round for Dmitry Tyukalov, as he is after his 12th win against no defeats. Let's go to Blinky Rodriguez, who's standing by with Baby Doll Riley. Blinky.
I'm here with Bridget Baby Doll Riley, the IFBA World Women's Bantamweight Champion of the World in boxing. I know you have a fight coming up. What are you looking at?
June 26th, live on ESPN2. I'm going to defend my world title. I'm going to beat this girl like she owes me money.
Wow, that sounds like a serious attack. Bridget, I know you've been a 5-time world champion in kickboxing also. Tonight, what do you think of the DRAKA?
Oh, this is real exciting. I'm really glad to be here. It makes me miss kickboxing a whole lot, but right now the focus is boxing. But this is really cool and exciting, and hopefully more people will come and support it.
Well, congratulations, Bridget, on your world title in boxing now, and we hope to see you June the 26th. Phil, I'm sending it back to you.
Two class acts right there. Bridget Riley and Blinky Rodriguez as we get set for round 3. Dmitry Tyukalov, 2 months ago, beat Michael Winklejohn at the Forum here in Los Angeles up against Hitoshi Ogasawara. Ogasawara, if he's got any quickness, down he goes, the left hand. I was about to say, if he's got any quickness, he's got to stay out of range of that left hand.
And they should stop this fight, Phil. Ogasawara is hurt. He's walking on unsteady legs. And in fact, I think the referee's going to take a closer look, and he does. Got the doctor coming up to the apron of the ring, looking into the eyes of the fighter. We know that the fighter, I don't think, speaks English, but his body language says a lot.
Ogasawara says he can go on. You got to believe one more shot from Tyukalov, and they're going to stop it.
Good ball kick to the body of Ogasawara. Ogasawara still hasn't recovered.
Down he goes,
that's it, Phil.
and that's it.
They're going to stop the fight now. I kind of feel they could have stopped it earlier, but when you're in for a title fight, they want to give the fighter every opportunity, Phil, to fight. But tonight, that fighter there, Ogasawara, was hurt from that last knockdown, and he was hurt badly.
Ogasawara is down, and he is out of devastating assault by Tyukalov.
Tyukalov is a heavy fighter, heavy punch fighter, I should say, Phil. Can punch with both hands, the right and the left. Threw a nice front kick after he had him hurt. It showed experience. He went down to the body with a left ball kick to the body that knocked the air out of Ogasawara, and then went back up on top for the finish.
Watch him, he comes after him, backs him up, delivers a right, a left, a right, chases him across the ring, and here's the end. It was a stiff left hand right to the face of Ogasawara. And the hope is that the young man from Japan is going to be able to get up, and here comes Tyukalov over. A very concerned Dmitry Tyukalov. Neither fighter can understand the other, but Dmitry was very, very much concerned. And now a bit of a smile from Tyukalov. What's this? What's this?
Well, that's out of character, isn't it? Forget it. I don't want him to go to Vegas now.
Hitoshi Ogasawara. He's a champion in Japan. He's accustomed to this style of fighting. But I have to believe he's not accustomed to the speed and the power of these Russian fighters, particularly Dmitry Tyukalov.
Well, Tyukalov is just a very smart fighter, Phil. He's elusive, and here you see him going to the body, comes right back down to the head with the left hand, and that's the punch that I feel had this young fighter from Japan hurt, Phil. And a lot of times you got to be careful to stop the fight in time, because if not, you can ruin a fighter, and you can ruin his career.
And Ogasawara up off of his bench over to to meet Marco Rosales. Let's go to the center of the ring now and Steve Fosselman find out when the end officially came.
Third round, referee Marcos Rosales stops the bout, and the winner by knockout and the new worldwide DRAKA World Super Middleweight Champion in the blue corner, Dmitry Tyukalov. Presenting the world title bout, DRAKA founder and president, Igor Izhov.
Well, I'll tell you, that belt right there wears well on this young man, Tyukalov, Phil. We've seen him in the past. He worked hard to get the world title. He had the Intercontinental title for some time, the Russian title. Now he's the worldwide DRAKA champion.
And he did it convincingly. He had Ogasawara hurt in round 1 and simply never let up. Now I think it's safe to say that that fight was never, ever in question.
No, I would have to agree with you, Phil. That man right there, Tyukalov, Dmitry Tyukalov, is a very talented, young, bright star for the future. He's got the ability to make adjustments to different styles of fighters. He's got great lateral movement. He's a good counter puncher. And when he hurts you, Phil, he's a finisher. When you look at his record, he's got 90% KOs on his record.